What's the deal, YouTube? It's your boy Machiavelli Mills TV, and I just came in the crib about 30 minutes ago from seeing a movie, right? I came from the theater, and y'all may know what movie I went to go see, but if you don't, I'm gonna give y'all a hint right now. Y'all hear that? What theme that sound like? Do y'all know? Some of y'all may be young like me. I'm 26. But for my older subscribers may know what theme this is. Y'all hear that? That's Isaac Hayes. Rest in peace to Isaac Hayes, man. That theme is the theme song for Shaft. I just came from seeing the 2019 version of Shaft, starring Samuel L. Jackson. Jesse Usher as John Shaft III, the son of Shaft. And then you have Richard Roundtree, the original Shaft, who is the grandfather of JJ and the father of John Shaft the second, right? And then you got Alexandria Shipp, who plays the love interest of Jesse Usher's character, and Regina Hall, who plays the mother, right? And let me just say this, right? I've seen little like Google articles about the film getting thumbs down. A lot of people having disapproval of the movie. They weren't interested in seeing it, and after seeing it, they were disappointed and all of that. And it's getting bad reviews. I'm gonna give y'all my honest opinion. This is the first Shaft film that I've ever seen. I'm 26 years old. I didn't see the 2000 version of Shaft with Samuel L. Jackson. I didn't see the other versions with Richard Roundtree. But let me just say this, man. I enjoyed watching this film. And I don't care who disagrees with me. I don't care who thinks I have bad taste. I don't care who thinks that how could you like this movie, yada yada yada. I enjoyed this movie. I was laughing the majority of the time. I was laughing the whole time. Me and the rest of the individuals in the movie theater. I'm not the only one that feels like this. My lady feels like this. My mother feels like this. My sister feels like this. We enjoyed the film. It was comical, and that's what I think some people may have a problem with. So my mother's friend was also in attendance, and she says that the original Shaft was smoother. It was smoother. It was more, I guess, smoother. It wasn't so much comedy filled. And let me say this, right? With the 2019 version, starring when the film is revolved around John Shaft's son, and the son is probably 20-something, is in his 20s. They're gonna modernize the film to where it will be filled with comedy. I wasn't shocked by that at all. Like, I'm sure I was positive it was going to be filled with comedy when you have a younger character, a younger individual in the movie. Like, that's just my opinion. I just feel like I knew it was going to be comedy filled, and I had no problem with it because the comedy, in my opinion, it was funny. It was really funny. I enjoyed the comedic timing between Regina Hall and Samuel L. Jackson. I thought Regina Hall did a fantastic job. She was always funny to me, always, from her days in Scary Movie. So, it's not hard for her to be funny in movies to me at all. Samuel L. Jackson was classic Sam Jackson, but he was on another level. But he was classic Sam Jackson for those who don't know. He was on his typical, excuse my language, he was on his motherfucker. That's the Samuel L. Jackson that everybody, him. He used that word so much, pardon my language, but yeah, that's the word he uses. Everybody knows him for using that word. But, I mean, hey, he was funny. He was witty. I enjoyed the chemistry between him and Jesse Usher. I'm not going to lie. I didn't know what to expect between these two individuals. Sam is much older than Jesse. I only remember Jesse from being on Survivor's Remorse. And I never really watched it. I never really watched the show, so I didn't really know what he was capable of. But I enjoyed him in the film, man. I like, the movie, first of all, it's a plot that involves JJ, the son, Jesse Usher Jr., he's estranged from the father. They don't have a relationship. He doesn't have a relationship with his father, John Shaft, because his mother felt like Shaft's lifestyle was a danger to her and the child. She separated herself from him. They go on and live their own life. Now, JJ grows up to be an FBI agent. His best friend, Kareem, ends up dying. And it's disguised as an overdose, but Jesse finds out it's a lot more to the story than what he originally knew. And he needs help with trying to solve this case. So he goes out and seeks the only individual he feels like can help him because the FBI is not trying to investigate it. So he goes and seeks out his father, Samuel L. Jackson. And then between these two, you see instant comedy, but at the same time, you see a building of a relationship or a building of a bond between these two individuals. So I thought, look, I'm not gonna lie, man, I enjoyed it. Look, the jokes that was told, man, this is the reason why I think a lot of people have a problem with the film. First, these are people who are, coming back to the film after seeing the other Shafts, the original Shafts, and they're expecting the same thing. Again, I feel like you cannot expect the same type of film that you once saw, especially in this generation when you have a younger individual. The film is revolving around his son. So it's not going to be the same all smoothed out thing. It's going to be some comedy in there for the young generation. And it's going to be generational differences displayed on camera. I liked how they did that. From John Shaft talking about, his son's clothes, how tight they were, and making fun of, this is today's fashion, making fun of how, a lot of the clean cut preppy guys dress today, with the European cut pants and stuff like that are more tight fitted than what older men like to wear. These are the same things that the old heads on our neighborhoods and our blocks tell us. Same things that our uncles tell us and tell the kids around the neighborhood. They say the same things to us. So I found that funny. Also, I see the generational differences between technology. For real, I can remember when I was first trying to tell my father how to use a touchscreen phone, and it was like rocket science to him because my father old school, he an old head. He an old smooth cat. He like just using regular phone, touching buttons. He didn't like the touchscreen type of thing. But in this movie, you see the generational differences between the two. You see John Shaft not knowing what the hell, like how to work in Uber. You see him keeping up with his cases in document form rather than, keeping it on a computer or a laptop, things like that. And you see, just the generational differences. But at the same time, just the comedy between the two is always classic, man. People don't like this film. Why? This is the reason why, too. This film is not politically correct. In this politically correct climate, a film like this is going to get negative reviews, I feel like, because of the fact that they have jokes displaying misogyny, homophobic jokes. Some people will call them homophobic jokes. References about an individual possibly being gay, things like that. So people are not going to like that. Also, you have the reference to Islamophobia. People like, why do they have the Islamic people possibly being some terrorists or whatever in the film? But listen, I laughed in the film, y'all, and I don't feel bad about it at all. The jokes that I was hearing, like, these sound like some jokes that I would hear at the barbecue with my uncles. We sitting back talking and they just cracking some jokes, like some crazy little jokes on us and just playing and acting silly with us. Like, literally, these are, and again, I appreciate the comedic timing because my family is full of comedians, literally. Like my mom, my pops, my grandmother, my uncles, my cousins, all of us got the jokester side to us. And some people may find these jokes a little bit too over the top. And here's the thing too, even in the film, you see that the younger John Shaft III, JJ, is trying to contain his father and trying to have him dial it back a little bit. Like, you can't say that. You can't talk to her like this. You can't talk to her like that. And John Shaft is stuck in his old ways. Like, man, look, I've been talking like this. This is how I'm going to talk. That's kind of how the relationship is between some of the younger generation and the older generation. We telling them like, yo, y'all got to stop talking like that. You can't just say everything you want to say. And they looking like, yes, the hell we can. So it's kind of a depiction of the relationship between the younger generation and the older generation, specifically in the black community. So it's kind of like, it's funny to me. But yeah, the jokes that was told, I can hear my uncle cracking these jokes about, like, for real. When I was first coming up in school and I was in high school, I was scared to talk to girls at first. I was kind of timid at first. My freshman year, I was 14 years old, and I remember my father trying to like coach me on how to talk to women. My father did well with women, majority all his life, and he always knew how to talk and romance women. So I was like nervous to talk to girls. And so my father used to tell me like, man, you ain't got to be scared of nothing, man. You my son. You ain't got to be scared of nothing, man. You my boy. He used to mess with me and say that, Don't be scared. You can't be scared of girls, man. Just talk to them. They regular people. You my son. You can't, and just when Shaft was telling his son, he can't be scared of girls, scared of women. And he was using it in a different context. But, my father, I remember my father telling me like, don't be scared of women, they people, you just talk to them, and you be cool. You be cool. Don't be too overzealous and stuff like that, right? So my uncles would crack jokes on us, like when I first and my dad, when I first was like telling him I was kind of scared to talk to girls. My dad like, you talk to him, he mess with me. You do like girls though. You do like women, don't you? My father used to play and mess with me like that, but. You know, and when Shaft is talking to his son, like, you do like, he didn't say women, he used the other word for a woman's, a woman's reproductive organ. A woman's vagina, basically. He used another word for that and said, "You do like that, don't you?" And it was funny. Everybody started laughing. So and these are jokes that I can hear all the time on a regular basis. So if for me, I didn't feel bad about laughing. The whole theater didn't feel bad about laughing. The film was unapologetic. Now I do feel like the plot could have been a lot more solid. I feel like it was kind of all over the place at times. I feel like it wasn't as concrete as I would have liked it to be. But I feel like the comedy part just took over that, and the action. I like the action. I like the shooting. I like the shooting in movies. I like those type of movies. I like to shoot 'em up, bang bang movies. I like those. If it's nice action with a good plot. Again, this plot was not all the way together, but the comedy and the action together made it digestible for me, and it made it enjoyable for real. And I'm not ashamed to say I enjoyed this movie, man. I'm really not. It's gonna be people that say, how could you enjoy these certain type of jokes and stuff like that. And look, when I tell y'all my family makes jokes, they never make jokes in a disrespectful way, or a way to be vile, or a way to be disrespectful. It's just little playful jokes that amongst us that we would say only amongst us that will be funny. Jokes that will be funny. And I think that a lot of these jokes are jokes that you can hear typically, I'm speaking for black people, typically amongst a lot of black households that just play and joke with each other. Seriously. So, again, I enjoyed the film. I feel like Richard Roundtree is a smooth operator, y'all. That man now, that's a player. He looked like he could have played Kappa Alpha Psi back in the day. My fraternity I belong to. Shout out to the Noobs. Like, he's a smooth dude, man. That dude is a smooth old head, man. Out for real. And Samuel L. Jackson was smooth, funny, and hey, man, he looked real youthful in this film, man. He looked like he was drinking out of that fountain of youth. You got Method Man in the movie as well. Shocked to see Meth in the movie. But again, I found it to be enjoyable. I found it to be look, man. I thought it was funny. I was dying laughing at a majority of all the jokes. Again, I like the comedic. I like the timing. I thought it was really good. And jokes sometimes would just hit you out of nowhere from different characters. Even Alexandria Shipp's character, she would hit the audience with a cool joke or a crazy joke. Like, you're like, damn, I ain't see her making that joke in the movie. Or JJ, he started off a little bit more uptight, but after hanging with his father, he would crack some more crazy jokes, and you like, man, this is crazy. But again, man, people don't like it because we're in a politically correct climate. So certain jokes about somebody being gay, possibly, or some jokes about women, or a man shouldn't apologize, type of thing like that. Some people are not going to take well to that. Me, look, I know this is not done in a heinous way or distasteful way. Hey, man, I felt like it was funny, man, and I'm not ashamed for laughing. To me personally, I feel like this movie is something that you should watch, especially if you're having a bad day, you want to be entertained, you want to laugh, you like some action. I think this is a movie that you should check out. I'm not gonna turn y'all away from the movie. I feel like I feel differently from everybody else. I really think that I enjoyed this outing today. Y'all know this is Tuesday, $5 Tuesday. I'm going for the $5 route. So look, man, me and my family, we went in there after work. I had a long day at work. I enjoyed myself. I really did. I enjoyed the film, and I came out happy that I paid $5 for this. I feel like I got my money's worth. Hey, I could have paid full price for the movie. I went for $5 to support this film. And y'all go check this out, man. This is funny. I don't give a damn what the other people saying. I don't give a damn what everybody else think. I think this is a fun movie. I think you will enjoy it. And I think that if you want some laughs, you will see this movie and will be highly entertaining. Dude next to me was laughing so loud, like he was laughing so hard. I'm looking like, man, he enjoyed this film, but we all was in there laughing, and it's just a testament to show that, just because a person, some people say something about a movie, you don't have to take it for that. You don't have to take their word as like face value. You don't have to take their word as concrete. Like, no, go check it out for yourself, and I promise y'all, you're gonna be entertained, man. You're gonna like it, man. You definitely gonna like it. And yeah, man, it was unapologetic. And it reminded me just like being at the, at my family cookout or my family little family outing. We sitting there as people say, shooting the breeze. We cracking some jokes. We, you know what I'm saying? Look, I'm not gonna lie to y'all. My mama and my pops, yeah, they curse. They curse, but they good people, solid people with solid foundation, and they loving people. So it's just funny little crack jokes between us, and I'm sure a lot of other people felt the same way, especially a lot of other black families. I know y'all know what I'm talking about at your family dinners. That type of talk be happening, like funny banter back and forth about, oh, which tight clothes you got on, what y'all kids wearing now, what y'all doing this night, what y'all listening to now, all of that. All of those generational differences were displayed on film, and I feel like everybody in the cast did a great job, man. I really do. I really like Samuel Jackson and Jesse Usher. I was shocked by Jesse. I thought he was solid. And Regina Hall, man, always funny, man. Overall, I enjoyed this film. Seriously, I really do. I suggest that you all go see it. I definitely suggest you all go see it, and I think you all will be highly entertained. And I feel like you will leave the movie laughing still. You would think about some stuff that happened in the film and still be laughing. That's my review. Okay, I gotta give it a rating, I guess, too. Hey, man, I give it an 8, man. I really do. I feel like it was funny, man. I feel like it was funny. Some people might say 8.5. My mama and my girl might say 8.5, my lady. Hey, man, I feel like it was funny. If you talking about funny meter, 8.5, for real. It was funny. Y'all check it out. Peace.